Right from the jump, we've got a third or more DWI charge. Translation, not just a bad night, but a legal nightmare. In Texas, that's a second-degree felony, meaning we're already talking serious prison time. Question is, can rehab outweigh repeat offenses?
All right, this is cause number 24, DCCR 0122, State of Texas versus Katherine Welch. Ma'am, are you Katherine Welch? And Ms. Welch is here with her attorney, Mr. Gertz. State's attorney is present. Ms. Welch was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to driving while intoxicated third or more, as well as a prior offense, which made it a second-degree felony offense. There was no agreement with regard to punishment. I have received the pre-sentence report, and has everyone had an opportunity to review that report? Are there any additions or corrections to that? I'm going to get to that too in just a second. Any additions or corrections? Okay. And Ms. Malfino has already stated, as well as I have received a sentencing memorandum at 5:47 p.m. yesterday. I'm going to point that out for the record. Well, it was reviewed quite early this morning, but I did review it. Ms. Malfino, you've had time to review it as well? Okay. Other than that, I think you all should have a couple. There's only a few, but there were some jail incident reports that should have been provided to counsel. Did you both receive those? Okay. Is everyone ready to proceed with sentencing then?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Gertz, do you have witnesses?
You have all the life because we have a president of the Dream Center, who's why about that one. Essentially, enough qualification and the competition.
Okay.
You know, focus seriously the other topics we talked about, something about, and condition allowing the one size to allow us to we are open low.
Notice the defense strategy here, stacking up every positive step. Rehab, counseling, AA, even installing her own interlock device. Smart move, because in sentencing hearings, it's all about convincing the judge this time is different. But does effort erase a long rap sheet?
Sure. Right. And for the record, I'm aware of the Dream Center and their program and what they do. And so if I have any specific questions, if we get to something where I would need that, then I appreciate them being here and I'll ask the questions. Ms. Malfino, does the state have any witnesses? All right, then, argument.
Judge, I'm going to recognize something phrase or it's not really small arrest. I have personally taken contract along over the last 3+ years, almost 40, as a project was needed. What I mean by that is I really want to put some challenges for this person to really everything that I ask at least get an hour in your review, asking well my action. Feeding the prior expectations by doing the undevelopment window. The LC is there, starting to explore her counselors in there staying at some of the underlying issues they want the office to actually project to do her mental health and once her life. Not only showing me that what is in her are incredibly fanatic nuts. She's in for Christ, never really addressed these stories. So, those counselors are doing my vision, see the outpatient program to address some of the trauma issues she's found. She went into a program on the state for this one. Yeah, did everything we asked her to do. When I told her to go get her own cash, I told her to go get her own co-op device, did all of that. Those records, cash, that was successful. All of those we got. I had to go into the other so she reached out, funded directly using her products and figure out what she could do next. She was commit herself to her sobriety, the mental health issues that I dealt from, challenges she faces as a young person. And speed, sometimes it's easy to look at the numbers out there, the ledger, the last year or the history and think of farms. What I have been fortunate to really get down and get to understand the human.
Here's the clash. Prosecution admits the progress, but reminds the court 10 priors don't just vanish. They even waived a harsher habitual offender status before, basically sparing her a possible 25 to life. That's not mercy you get twice. What do you think? Should the past outweigh the present?
Yeah, see that all the progress she's made, all the applications, seem like she's done well. All the problems that she's done well. She's obviously anxious about the day, but we're looking for well, to be able to resume that. And I want to go down on why she addressed what I saw now. She thought so. I mean, it's not saying that this wasn't what came out of her mouth. She was staffed by an examiners consideration before. She felt she needed treatment, so she didn't feel like she needed treatment. She wasn't opposed to it. One clarifying what we mean by not say this here. What she would say, I think, is she had found those detox and going hesitancy and with individual culture. In terms of going to a program that's specifically targeted for currently using or currently detoxing, she thought that was the direction. The idea of she will do whatever explaining what that comment means. And so, a lot of times, judge private rehabilitation programs will suggest 20 or 3 plus years, as she and so they can get one of these so I think it's in patient probation officer and Katherine, but she's willing to do whatever for Jesus here. Additionally, her contact with her current parole officer, they are willing to strong parole instead of her own here, depending on what is here. So that was encouraging as well. And at the same time, conversations with them, I told them about that. So I started doing that. And then finally, judges, you want to focus much on support for the because we look at this rather than all things. It's different focus. But she is married, she has family, he has recognized the impact that all of this has had on her relationships, strength upon her husband, both financially and also.
This is raw. Katherine isn't just fighting for probation. She's fighting to avoid what could feel like a death sentence behind bars. Her tone, vulnerable, desperate, but also determined. The big question, will the judge see sincerity or a cycle repeating itself?
He accepts responsibility for that and is asking the court to consider extremely possession for after the court and obviously she would like her to do that court she tried.
Okay, thank you. I mean, I'll Ms. Maltino?
Judge, I'm not in the position of the court then, or I you keep hearing seriously with comments, Mr. Jones, I think you more, not more, solve my point, sure. It's difficult for me as a city, not just county, state, and citizens, or on the right that you stand down probation, yeah, different, Mr. Jones said, information. Way that other side of the coin, and suggest that she received the benefit of the doubt already by the way she was out, which she should be facing based on what I was prior. She would think with good conscience that I could say I don't want all of those times, absolutely not. But obviously we have seen that for multiple trips in penitentiary have resulted in no change to hopefully in the past few years. I do sympathize with working as well as individual. Again, it's hard for me as this attorney to say that I work with the punishment being termination, but I don't, disagree with the comments of Mr. Jones, multiple conversations about this case. I work really diligently at it. I don't really know judge, and that's why it's before you that putting her in prison for 20 years because the person can't take probation period where she could continue the punishes with them. But again, don't be on what is in the back because it's public safety enforcement analysis. So I would defer to the court's with you think will come to that comment.
All right, thank you. Anything else?
Your
Honor, I just want to say this, that I fueled by drugs and alcohol. Completely responsible for that. I did not know, I was very young, this happened in my life, that this would have been, someone could have been treated itself earlier if I had gotten help for my mental health. Yeah, after I received the DUI, that helped me get myself to a place that I could go.
And there it is, the number that seals her fate. Not 5, not 8, but 10 DWIs. Judges don't gamble with public safety, and at this point, luck, not law, has kept someone from being killed. This is the dramatic turn where hope crashes into reality.
Into a treatment program and deal with some of those past traumas. In the past, I meditated, he drank. Get about the pain, numb myself out. I didn't know how else to deal with that. So when I got on my mental health, I had bipolar, PTSD, and my mind, I did very chaotic. I was going to say, after I had my meals off meds, I was able to go through treatment in Santa Maria in Houston, and I played really saved my life. Did extensive 3-day treatment, trauma counselor. It was a trauma for community. And also when I completed that, I worked an outpatient program, but I still lived on that facility. I went to the sex trafficking and recovery program, and I was in that for about 8 months. Where I got state cognitive counseling for trauma still. And, I just worked really hard in that. I had a job while I was in there. And then once that program was over, I moved to sober living facility in Oxford House in the spring, and I worked in that until I felt like I was strong enough to come home and do what I needed to. And it was a complete program for right here. And I'm sorry, I'm very nervous today, and I know that my counselor really did like Ron said, depression. But you know, the things that I had to deal with within myself from when I was a little girl, those are things that you don't go through. Like you can have their programs there that you don't talk about. It's just, you just don't. And I've seen it please, you don't see me. That's because I will want to. I have moved forward in my life, and this year that I've been in jail has given me more time to think, know that I'm definitely headed in the right direction. I was constant, I can see at home. I think moved all of my life as far as I could was my sobriety. I mean, I knew the sharp was out there. And I think I made some good, really good choices with the county really good friends. It helped me a lot. And I am open to anything. I will abide by the rules. And do anything that's asked. And I think, I know now that I'm responsible and careful here in my life.
18 years. That's the gavel drop. The judge acknowledges her progress, but makes it clear the pattern is too dangerous to ignore. In courtroom terms, this is the balance of justice, individual redemption versus protecting the public. And today, public safety wins.
Thank you. So, Miss Welch, this Smallfino probably said it yet fast. And I get this often, and they don't envy my position. And this is the worst part of my job. I worked hard to get here, and it's my job. Part of my job, several things, and it's to look at, obviously defendants and giving chances and things like that, but it also is about making our community safe. And I have to look back. This is your 10th DWI. It's not your 5th. It's not your 8th. It's the 10th. And while I understand the trauma that you went through, you've been to safety 3 times. You've been given opportunities on probation where they were revoked. You've had opportunities while you were on parole to do what you have done now. And while I appreciate what you've done, and I think that's great, and my goal isn't to, to stop any improvement, but I can't, in my opinion, in good faith, go home tonight, look myself in the mirror, and say I gave somebody on their 10th DWI that your last sentence was for 15 years in prison. The one before that was for 10. The one before that, you've gone to another 10 years, back in 2009. I mean, this goes back to the 90s. You got a 10-year sentence in 2011. While you're on parole for that one, you get another one, so they give you 15 years, and you get out and you're on parole and you do it again. The fact is, we're just lucky that you haven't killed someone in our community 9 times over. Being given opportunities. I just can't do it. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find and your plea of true to the prior offense. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of driving while intoxicated. I'm going to sentence you to a term of 18 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. You're going to be handed a trial court certification that shows this was not. Well, I guess there was an agreement because the waiver of the enhancement, which could have been a 25 to life, as Mr. Garth said. So I'm going to hand you the certification that shows this was an agreement. You've waived your right to appeal. I'm also handing you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession, because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. You should read the written admonishment I provide you. If you have any questions about that, you can talk to Mr. Gertz. And Ms. Welch, I take no pleasure in this. This is extremely difficult for me. I understand, to some extent, addiction, and I understand that you are on a better path. However, there have been plenty of opportunities in the past where you were on a better path and you got back out and you got back on our road again. And so, good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Gertz and Ms. Malfino. Court will be adjourned.